Punters and gaming operators have expressed concerns about the 50% of the proceeds from the proposed national lottery being earmarked to charity and savings, terming it as the unfair cut. Now, the Presidential Taskforce on establishing the national lottery, Vice Chairperson Gideon Thuranira, however, says the taxation regime, while heavily tilted towards revenue generation, still does not account for its growth needs, and the measure is a way to curb illicit financial flows.
Kenya has the third largest gambling market in Africa after South Africa and Nigeria. This market is projected to grow at 7.5% over the next 5 years, driven by an increasing popularity of mobile gambling. Despite this, the sector does not have a singular policy framework. Due to this, a task force was established to formulate policies and streamline sectoral regulations, including a gambling control bill and national lottery bill.
We realize that the legislations that have been passed in the past were a bit overtaken by time, and they had not envisaged the gambling scenario that there is in the world today.
In the last financial year, the National Treasury netted 3.3 billion shillings from gaming revenues, and the task force projects to grow this to 15 billion shillings this year.
So we have been formulating another document called the Gambling Policy for Kenya 2023, because Kenya has not had a gambling policy there before. We were also formulating a gambling control bill that is set to expand the mandate of the current regulator, which is Betting Control and Licensing Board.
Punters, however, have raised concerns for the partitioning of earnings from the lottery, which would only allow them to get less than 50% from the winnings.
We raise concerns that it is a little bit more, because when a customer stakes an amount of money to have, is the risk bearer and is expecting a higher reward on behalf, and when it comes that the amount of money becomes all of the money goes to the company, it's demoralize the customers.
This is still up for discussion. This is why this bill is before you, so that members can be able to provide their information or their thoughts about whether this is high or low.
In addition, the task force plans to begin fresh licensing and assessments of betting shops and other gaming establishments, including public lotteries.
Who is to bet and who is not to bet, and the stringent measures that they will embark on, so as to regulate the system, whereby you find our children, for example, in our informal settlements, a lot of our youths are flooding.
To help us streamline and better regulate the gambling industry in Kenya, to come forth and appear in any of those forums to make their due submissions.
Hibak Said for Prime Edition.